Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ireland Live for Thursday, the 10th of July, 2025. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined now in a minute by Orla Donoghue. She'll be with me now in a few minutes, but we have a packed show tonight. And I've done up a little poster just for the 30th, so I've been in contact with a few people just to talk about this. So, yeah, I think we're going ahead with this. But, yeah, I'm just going to have a few videos to go with as well for tonight. A few things from what happened in Dublin and at Ken O'Flynn, Helsinki, and the COVID inquiry in the UK. A few things to talk about that too. So, and we have Sean talking about the nursing home scandal as well, part 2 of his thing. But yeah, I'll go. Let me put the banners there now. Let me just do my settings there. Did it there, virtual background. Boom. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we are. Woo! Now sorted. Yeah. You can get us on WhatsApp there on 0892031521. 0892031521. You can also get us on at FitzyDub on X, at Anthony L. Casey, at Rugamorph27, at Ireland Force 123, at Ireland Force 23 on Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons and the Freedom Network, and www.theirishchannel.com/live. You can also buy us a coffee if you want, and if you don't want, that's no problem as well. I'm just going to. Oh, here's the lovely Orla. Hello, Orla Donoghue. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I was waiting to see this. I have something for you.
Okay.
Oh, wait to see this now.
This sounds ominous.
That just got dropped. That got dropped into the house to me.
For me?
Yeah, for Paula. For Paula, yeah, that's for you.
Oh, for Mark, is it?
Yeah. Fair play to him. Yeah, he gave me a few. He gave me a packet of nuts, and there's Bulmers for Orla. He says, yeah. So
Mark, fair play to you. Fair play to you. That's brilliant.
Gonna go through a few of these here now. Hi, Paul. Hi to all. Hey, Vincent. How's things?
Paul, are you in Costa Dublin or somewhere? Or where are you?
Lovely, isn't it? It's lovely.
Yeah, I know.
I'll actually change it. I'll change it because I have a few good ones here. I got a lovely one.
Oh, that's not a bad one, actually.
Yeah, I know, but I got a few lovely ones. There you go. Look at that one. Where's the one I had last week? Or the lovely one last week? Yeah, that's the one there. I like that one. That's my little lake. That's out fishing there. You know what I mean? But good evening, everyone. Hope you're all enjoying the glorious weather. Yes, as you can see, I am. I got a bit of stick today because I had no sun cream on. I was told to be all wrinkled and I'll be like an outfit. When the cold
have we no shirt on? No new shirt on today, no?
No, not yet. I'm keeping it for Sunday.
All right, okay.
I don't think I have a new shirt anyway. No, I've none. Good evening from Manchester.
Hey,
hello, Michael John. How are you? Good evening, Michael John. Seen any gorgeous guys lately? Yes, indeed, Anna. All those shirtless men everywhere. Yeah. No need. No need for TikTok. Okay, Michael John, you must be in your element. All those dishy shirtless men. Yeah. Hello, Chris. Hello, Paul. Hello, everyone. Good evening, handsome Paul. Thank you. Good evening, Michael. Are we still on for the 30th? Yes, we are. I just got a little short poster done up. I didn't do much about it. Just the 30th. That's it. March to action. And yeah, I'll put it up now in a while, and we'll talk about it in a while. Paul, is that the cave, your prehistoric forest home? No, it's not.
It is.
Hey, Angie, how's things?
Hey, Annie, how are you?
Hello, Orla. Good evening, lovely Orla. Yeah. How are you doing, Paul? How are you doing, Chris? How's things? Yeah. Angela Leggett. Hello, Angela.
Hey,
Hi,
Angela, how
Paul.
are you?
Paula, good evening. Hey, Angela. I'll
Well,
send that.
we're also civilized on this show.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? I'll send you on that, Angela, that email in a while. I was actually on a call around there a few minutes ago. I forgot to say it to him, but I will send it on. I think you might have the Ireland first. There might be a dash or something that's missing. Good evening, Paul and Orla. Good
Hey,
evening,
John.
Paula.
Thanks for the
Thanks
boulders.
very much. Fair fucking play. Yeah. Hello, Paul and Orla. Costa
Hey,
del
Sean.
East Wall. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Evening, lads. I
Okay,
remember
Barry.
walking with Paul at a protest and we were trying to get people off the path onto the road. Yeah, I remember that. We were calling them off. Come on with us. Come with us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One or two did. One or two did now, you know. Costa del Migrant. Yeah, there's loads of. I was only talking to somebody today and they're going in everywhere. Everywhere. Like where this person lives, she's seen them today and she said, oh, no. And yeah, it really is. Highlight this. Hi, Paul
Okay.
and Orla. Paul, highlight this 30th of July. Block this kip. Yes, I will. I will. We will highlight it. Paul, you're gorgeous as ever. Thanks very much, Michael John. Shut up,
Michael,
Orla.
me and you need to have a word, please. Stop encouraging.
Andre Anderson, good evening. God bless you. Put on the full armour of God that you may stand on that great day. Love from Scotland. Yes.
Oh, we had somebody from Sweden following us the other night as well. Hey,
And
Jason.
Scotland. We have them everywhere. Like it's getting great. Like it's getting great traction now. You know what I mean? The 400 there already,
Hey,
people.
Johnny.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny. I'm just gonna pop that up there. 400. Well done, everyone. Up to 400 already. We're only 6 minutes in. Fair play. Keep sharing this out, please, people. Share it out there. Look, watch live on Fitzy Dub at Anthony L. Casey at Rug on Morph at Ireland Force 23 on Facebook, Paul Simons, and www.irishchannel.com/live. You can get us there on that as well. So yeah, we're at the hitting 400 there. Fair play to everyone. Fair play to you, Fitzer, for getting the ball rolling on it. Yeah, I hope it does. Now listen, I hope we can get the people out, lads. I really do. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people going to try and block this. You know who's going to try and block this. So, and I mean our own. I don't mean lefties. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we need to get everyone on board here. We need to be doing this, you know. Beautiful evening on the most beautiful island on earth. Yes, Paul Hogg. Yeah. Are you Paul Hogg from Dooneycarney? Is that who you are? I don't know. I used to go to school with a fella called Hoggs. Hi, Anna Marie. That's Fitzy at Glendalough. Yeah, I'll change it again in a minute. Watch, I've loads of them there. I got loads of lovely ones. Anyone in the chat from the Kildare South constituency? The Shinanadina, I think I'm in that group as well. The Shinanadina one from Kildare South. Get them out. Only the mighty great God will save us. Jesus lives, folks. He has risen. Yes, I agree. As you can see up there in the top right-hand corner there, Díla Heron.
Hey, Mary.
Yeah, God for Ireland. Díla Heron. That's it there. Do you like that one there? That's it. That's the nice one up there now. I'm liking that. I'm just putting this up here to see the people notice it. So have a look at it, see what you think. Let me know what you think. Hi, Paul. Yeah, roasting in Kerry.
It's roasting everywhere. It's roasting Carlo today as well.
Shamelessly flirting with handsome Irish men comes as easily as me breathing. Oh
my God.
Yeah, we need a trip to Kitty's house. The scumbag looking after the sewer rats on the canal in tents. Is she? I didn't see that now. Yeah, those political elites that make peace of revolution impossible, make violent revolution inevitable. JFK. Paul, did you see the carry on about the bonfire in the north with the migrants boat on top? It's brilliant. But I have to say, it's brilliant. Did you see it, Orla?
Saw a picture of it, yes.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Oh, Jesus, loads of stuff flying. Jesus, DMC. 22, 27. Jesus, loads of stuff. Barry Ward, thanks for reposting the stream.
Okay,
Everyone repost it. How are you, Barry? How's things? Everybody repost the stream. Keep push it out everywhere. I think Fergus going to do it as well. There's a lady died there. I'm going to read out a few things about
I know,
her.
he messaged me over it.
Not a thing. Perfectly sober. Drug free. Yeah, we're all drug free now. Hi, Paul and Orla. I'm watching yours.
Hey, Jason.
With my back in bits and my partner's in on mum's. Is that a good thing, Jason? Is she away from you? She's not annoying you? Yeah, yes, yeah.
He's probably not
Jay's
able
not
to get up to get anything.
I hope you feel. I'd say he has it all at his hands. I say she left him she left you handy, did she? Chris Bourne. They may try to stop us. They may insult us, but when we have conviction on our side, we cannot be stopped. I agree. Jane, though, I live on the outskirts of a small rural town. I left work early in tears today. Every time I turned around, there I saw were migrants everywhere. 30th can't come quick enough. Yes. Jane Doe. Are you the Jane Doe off TikTok? I'm just wondering there because I follow you as well. Handsome Irish farmer hunks. Yeah. Then we have little Martin. He's a handsome. He's wasn't he say he was the gaze of him? I watched a few
Oh
weeks ago.
yes. What do we call it? What do we say? Martin is like the Viking warrior.
Yeah, thanks Chris for reposting that. Fair play to you. Yeah, it's going up rapid there again. I'm wondering why. Ask Chris Bourne. Yeah, tricolour now added to the boat on the bonfire. Is it really? No, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking that now. The tricolour. They said they weren't going to burn the tricolour. You know what I mean? So listen, these people can't be trusted, can they? You know what I mean? But I didn't think they were going to burn the tricolour. Like I'm not saying anyone is going to join them or anyone's going to, but if you're going to try and mend bridges, you don't burn the tricolour. I'm sorry, lads. You know what I mean? It's wrong. You know. Yeah, love the people that are putting themselves out there. Jesus is King. Jane Doe. No, Paul, that's not me. Okay, there is a Jane Doe on TikTok. Lizzie, did you see the update video of the Nigerian man who was sleeping at Dublin Airport? He made his way to Dublin, got a PPS number. He has a house in Spain and he's driving a Mercedes in Spain, yeah? I was only talking about it today. Tricolour on the boat, bonfire now because of all the giving out. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
So they added
Yeah,
the tricolour.
he added the tricolour now, yeah. Because they were giving out about the migrants and everything else. Yeah, because of planning on direct action at Newbridge train station, Flame Chef. Good, lovely. Block every train station on the 30th. Yeah. Luke O'Connor, Paul Orla, good evening. Hello, Luke,
Hello.
how are you? Exactly, Paul. Yes. Chris Bourne, there is two of us in Shinanadina. Yeah, okay. There's a good few in Shinanadina from Kildare South. I don't have an X account. Twitter is that Shinanadina announcement of this information, etc. on YouTube. There was an X space. Was it last night? I think the X space was. And
yeah, it was last night. No, I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, it was last night. I tuned in for a while. Shane was on, and Colleen Jass, she was hosting it as well. It went very well. Listen, there's a lot of people spreading this information, and it's the same people that's putting out stupid statements yesterday. And I'm not going to talk about this again tonight. We will make a statement when we need to make a statement. So there'll be no more
Well, look,
spoke
it's up
about.
to the lads. Look, the Shinadina lads can clear that up themselves anyway. So.
Well, I think the Shinanadina lads did clear it up last night. So yeah, it's bullshit. And as I said, it's the same few people that are pushing this information and the lies. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've woken up a lot of people over here, including my Muslim friends. Okay, well, your Muslim friends must be good Muslim friends, Eddie. They're not radicals like we have over here, nut jobs. Chris Bourne, if we can get Tom McDonald involved in Kildare South, I'm sure he'll get our numbers in Newbridge, where he's based. Yeah, well, I'll talk to Tom. Yeah, I will. So they bowed to pressure. Yes. Luke O'Connor, hi. Yeah, that's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. I also have Muslim friends on TikTok. Yeah. I can't say anything here because if I say anything about Muslims here,
No,
it'll be taken
don't.
out of context.
Don't make anything, Paul.
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
Your nationals have a rise to Treasure Ireland.
Yeah,
700.
Treasure Ireland, yes.
And I'm going to be honest with you. The reason I said about the 30th was, like, we're being marched around in circles here. We haven't got 4 years. In another 4 years, there'll be another 140 or 150,000 migrants in here. And this government will get voted back into power through them migrants. We need to do everything here now. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, will you just, seeing as we're talking about this now, will you put up Tracy O'Mahony's post? It was up a little while ago. Wait till you see these numbers. Did I what?
You sent it on to me, didn't you? Singing.
Excuse me, Paul. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
You doubt me?
I don't doubt you, but I'm just looking to see how far back it is.
No, it was only this evening, so it was only recent.
Recent. Tracy O'Mahony. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just present this.
Look at this.
Oh. The government have just published their social welfare statistical report for 2024. Page 96 of the report, screenshot below, sets out the number of PPS numbers issued to non-EU nationals between 2015 and 2024 and includes the following. Afghanistan, 80% increase. This was actually sent to me earlier by, by 80% since 2015. Algerian, 230% since 2015. Bangladesh, 290% increase since 2015. China, 200 and when you look at Georgia, 267 increase for China and nearly 1,000% increase. India, 723%. Nigeria, 823%, and Somalia, 1,100% since 2015. This is what the Great Replacement looks like. Just let me see. Is that it? There it is. There. Look.
That's just the figures there.
Oh my!
But I mean, look at several of them, like Bangladesh, Algeria, Georgia, China, India, Nigeria, Somalia. Actually, like they're all safe countries. They're all safe countries.
Yeah, there's no.
So is this all legal migration coming in?
No wars.
Because they're all safe countries.
Yeah. Jesus, lads, 700 we're watching here now. Fair play. These lads were flying tonight. Fair play to everyone who's watching. Keep sharing it out there. Share it everywhere. Everyone needs to see this. But Georgia, look at that. Jesus Christ. But this is what I'm saying to you. These will all vote these shysters back in again. You know what I mean?
I know. Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin. I know.
You know?
Jesus Christ.
It's disgraceful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Nigeria. 2024. It was 5,500 of them in here since 2024 from Nigeria. Look, India. There's 25,000 in here this year alone from India.
Yeah.
That have been issued PPS numbers. Wow. And Brazil, 10,000. Like, okay, these are all in red, but if you look at, you know what I mean, Argentina have 745. I'm saying that they come in and work, you know what I mean? Australia, 1193. They're all legal coming in, you know what I mean? Canadians, Brazil, 10,000. 2,900 from Jordan, Malaysia, Mexico. Now, in saying that, we two Mexican lads here yesterday fixing a shed not a shed, she bought one of them rooms, my sister did, and two lads came, and they were two lovely lads, you know what I mean? Look at this here now, 12,000 from United Kingdom, Great Britain, and Northern Ireland. Look, 12,000. 4,000 from America, 1,600 from Zimbabwe, and 14. There's 116,000 PPS numbers being issued already this year. And we're only in July, the start of July. Like, Jesus Christ, lads. That is just crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have an X account, so I was.
But like, how many of these are getting social welfare? Getting medical cards? Are they then going to get houses? You know?
Well, yeah. Well, they all, anyone that gets a PPS number now will get a medical card if they're not working. If they're on the social welfare.
Yeah. And they'll get everything else handed out to them as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very proud. Shared out on my Twitter already. Paul and all that, and everyone here. God bless you all. Edinburgh, Christ is King. Yes.
But like, you know what, Paul? Like, somebody said to me, well, they said it to me a few times last year about how important it was to show the economic side of things, right? And this is so important, to be showing how much money is being paid out to these people, you know, and then our own are going out. We cannot highlight this enough. You know, the more we highlight anything to do with the economic side, the better.
Yeah.
Because people are not getting it. You know what I mean? Yes, some are, but there's a lot out there just they don't realise, you know, how much has been paid out to these people. It's not just this 2.1 billion. There's all the extras on top of that.
Of course. There's just a little post I've done now for this. I'm just going to present this poster just for a second. Didn't want any political parties in it, didn't want anything on it. Just National Shutdown Day, 30th of July from 12 noon. Stand up and be counted. Time for direct action. Short and sweet, straight to the point. I'll probably do a video later on about that, and I'll put the video out asking people to join us, you know.
Yes,
but as I said, train stations, buses, the whole lot needs to be stopped on that day. You know what I mean? And if it pisses people off, well, this is what we need to do. People need to be pissed off. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because people are not getting off their arse to help us here. Like, we're fighting for the country. They don't seem to give a shit, you know? So I'll put that out again now later on. Anne Mulcahy, the bonfire in Belfast, Freedom Dad said wouldn't be burnt. Still has no tricolour. The boat bonfire is in Tyrone. Yes, it is, yeah. The Shinners were trying to get the boat removed, hence the response, adding the tricolour. Yeah. It's not left there 3 hours ago. No Irish flag on top of the... No, it's not left there 3 hours ago. No Irish flag on top of the bonfire. Yeah, okay, fair play. I hope they haven't. I hope they don't put it on, you know? Like, Muslims don't come here, moderately or not. Yeah. Marching O'Connell Street has got nowhere. It hasn't got us anywhere, lads. We know that. You know what I mean? It's time to stand up and be counted here. You know what I mean? Like, it's no good marching 10,000
we need direct action.
people. We need direct action. Like, if John Malloy's thing now next week, 16th and 17th, I hope people will go up and help John with that. I'll drop in myself for a while. I won't be camping out now. I hope I
can try and get up.
Yeah. Freedom Dad 73 said that many bonfires will not be putting the tricolour, but he can't. We can't stop all bonfires from having them up. I understand we can't stop them all from going up, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Fergus Power is great, but never had the makings of a varsity athlete. Wrestler, you're a good wrestler. John Paul Williams, another 4 years, the Invaders could be the majority. You're right, John Paul.
But it will be. Look at the numbers we just showed there from Tracy O'Mahony, you know?
Yeah. It was just on GB News. Clearly a tricolour was on it. I'll see, can I get GB News up there? Hang on, I'll just see. GB News. GB News. And I'm nearly 2 weeks off the cigarettes tomorrow.
That's
2
very
weeks.
good.
Tomorrow, yeah. Isn't that great?
Fair play to you.
Yeah, the current immigration, fertility and age trends continue. The white British population will likely drop to 50 to 60% of the UK total in 50 years. I think
actually, I sent on a screenshot if you go back over it, and I think it's from Dan O'Brien in relation to the birth rates. If you want to pull that up.
I don't know. I'm just looking for this.
He's actually very good. I like him on X. He does, again, I know I'm harping on the same thing, but the economic stuff. He's very, very good, actually. And he does an awful lot of charts and things like that. And yeah, I use a lot of his stuff. He's very good.
Dan
O'Brien.
Okay, what did you send me on here? The
screenshot. It was to do with, I think it's the birth rates. I can't remember what I tagged it under.
Dan O'Brien, I have it here, Orla. Jesus Christ, I have it here. Sure. You're just brilliant. There it is there. More than 3/4 of European households have no children. One of the many consequences of rapidly falling birth rates, lowest in Finland, where just 70% of homes have kids. Slovenia top with 35%. Ireland second highest with 31%. We're the second highest. I don't know about that. Like, I think we're 1.6. This is the birth rate we're at now at the moment. If it drops to 1.4 or 1.3, that's it. We're gone.
Now, this is only the 7th of July.
Yeah.
You know, and he's the chart there. It's the Eurostat.
Yeah. Czechia, EU. Greece, where's the lowest? Finland would be the lowest, would they? Is that what he said? Slovenia the highest, Ireland second highest. They're nearly all hovering around the same, aren't they? Except Finland and Lithuania. Germany. But Germany has been overrun with Muslims.
Yeah.
The government shit themselves with 300 outside the door with Michelle Keane. Imagine 50k while they're in the doll. Will we get 50k to be there at the doll? These protests need to be done on a weekday. It's no good doing these things on a Saturday. Michelle Keane had the right idea to do it on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or whatever day. You know what I mean? Because they do shit themselves. You know what I mean? That's exactly what happens. Johnny Boy. Drew, the Republican versus Roddy Tricolour versus Butcher's Apron for now. Unite in Christ and let the new crucible begin. That reminds me, Paul. speaking of Muslims, do you have the X post that I sent you earlier in regards to the attack in Manchester Airport? I have it downloaded there, mate. I have, yeah. I'll show it
Is that
now.
the video I sent on to you about the woman who got her nose broke?
Yeah, the
Jeez,
guard.
that's shocking, yeah. Holy Christ.
Look at that, doesn't it? Look at the sea, isn't that brilliant? Look. Ooh.
You better not be drinking my Bulmers.
I'm not. I'm drinking. What's it? Rubus tea. Yeah.
Can somebody check and see if this is the real Paul Fitzsimons, or has somebody taken over him? Like, did aliens come in and swap him or something like that?
Somebody's definitely taken over, all right. Yeah.
What's going on with Paul? Like, is this the real Paul anymore, or is he just, in love?
I hope you've not seen my comments, Chris, and the same is happening over on X. Fucking pain in me hole. Blue Graham, it's not the damn small hands. What did you put up, Ferg? I didn't see it. House must not see my comments. I have your comments here. What you put up a few minutes ago, mate. I always read your comments, but maybe it didn't come in there. I don't know. I heard Michael O'Leary wants to add Ryanair flights to Ukraine. Of course he does. Yeah, he was giving out this morning about. The people were giving out about the runways and this, that, and the other, and he was giving out then saying, how could the kids be in school from 10 till 3 or something like that, so that they wouldn't be happening at night, and there's nothing goes through there between 12 and 6 in the morning, and he's just money mad he is.
Well, we don't mind him doing a flight to Ukraine as long as they're all on it going home.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Paul, and all 20 seconds.
Legal migration. We've said this time and time again. That is what happened over in the UK. It's even worse.
Let me see what.
Because the place is flooded. And I also sent on a couple of videos as well, just of different places in Europe.
I know. I'm not liking that now. I'm just going to show this here now. Yeah, not nice. Not nice.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, we're all best buddies now. Somebody's not going to be too keen on seeing our tricolour being burnt on there tonight, are they?
I like her as well. She's good. She's very good. No, that's not nice now, I have to say. Una McGurk, Tracy O'Mahony work together, take a case at the government. Yes, that's what they should do. Orla and Paul, when an immigrant receives an Irish passport or certificate of citizenship, will it mean that they will be treated like the native Irish with limited benefits? No, that's not.
No. They'll get everything handed to them. We don't.
Yeah, look up Halal Mortgage Ireland. Yes, we already have spoken.
We actually featured that on the show the other night, about the halal mortgages, no interest rate, so it's great.
It looks good, Paul. Fair play. Thanks, Chris. Brilliant poster, Paul. Yeah, no problem. It wasn't me. It was actually Anthony done that for me.
Look at you starting that now.
What?
Berg.
Paul, see you on the
Paolo.
Paolo, yeah. No, that's Paolo. He always calls me Paolo.
Oh, does he? All right, okay. I thought he was doing what
No.
Mark was at.
No. Feeling peeved off won't solve the problem. Yeah, I know. Dublin Airport, get thousands up, shut it down. Please God, lads. How's it, Paul? In Ireland, stay strong. We're trying to stay strong, lads.
Hey, Daniel.
We have already won the battle, but many people don't know because the media and government hide it. Mass immigration plummet, living standards and stagnant wages, all well-known economic.
But we have to keep highlighting it. The more we highlight it, the better, because it's hitting people in the pocket. And that might wake up some more. Chris
Bourne, I'll be honest, I don't care if we do piss anyone off. Direct action is the next step. We can do this because we have no choice. John Malloy, hi people. Hi John, how are you doing?
Hi John, how are you?
Yeah, if you want to come on for a few minutes, John, send me in a message to and you can talk about, is it next Wednesday and Thursday? If you want to come on, send me in a message there, John, to 0892031521, and I will bring you into the studio there. You can have a chat with us as well if you want to talk about that, John. You can promote it a little bit there. But there's a lot of people heading up to it, John. Fair play. And Martin is doing all the sausages. So, hey, yeah, send us in a message there, 0892031521. What have I got here? Speaking of John Malloy. How are you, John Malloy? Your ears must have been born, and we literally just mentioned your thing on the 16th. Yeah, we did. John listens all the time. Yeah, all Paul legends. Yeah, thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
Gordon Fogarty, we can fight you with our fist cuss.
With our first cuz?
With our first cuz. We can fight you with our first cuz.
With our first cousin?
I don't know. I'm not my first cousin. I don't have a Fogarty, I don't think. Have you got one, Arlie? We can fight you with our first cousin. No. Well done, Paul. You're doing great. Thanks, Anne-Marie. Fair play to you. Quit, Paul. Easier said than done. Listen, someone has to do it, mate. 26th of July protest in Waterford. Yes, there's one in Waterford as well. I can put that up as well if somebody sends me in the post. I had it somewhere there, but I don't know where it is. I don't know whether that's direct action as well. What do you hear? What do you say? Yeah. What's the story, Malloy? Yeah. Well done, Paul. It's a hard habit to break. Oh, the smoking, yeah. Yeah. 60k per year, 3 years, 180 to start up business, e.g. vape shops and barbers, i.e. tax dodging fronts. I'm going to be honest with you. I was looking at it.
Exactly, Tom.
They're all getting this. They're all getting this. It's ridiculous. They're all the artist fronts, and they're selling drugs out of it and everything. It's.
There's probably God knows what's going on, you know. But they're not going to really care if anyone walks through the door or not because they're getting the money anyway.
Yeah, disrupt everything. Yes, let's do that. When government spoke of depopulation, they meant all countries, not the third world. Yeah, lol, all Guten Abend. That's good something.
No, Guten.
Guten means good. Guten Morgen is good morning. Guten Abend. Good evening, is it?
Don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone out on the 16th and 17th, 16,000 homeless depends on our people power being stronger than the people in power. Yes, John, you're dead right. Off the facts 30 years today. Catch me if you can, Paul. Listen, if I last another 30 years, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's looking.
So I'm trying to think how long I'm off them. I'm off them 15, 16 years, I think. Yeah, I think I'm off them 15, 16 years.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, police woman, 2 Muslim brothers. It happened last year. Oh, Paul's been bitten by the love bug. Paul has been cloned. It's a third travel today in under 2 weeks in Arklow. No way. You serious, man?
I didn't hear about that.
Neither did I. All it was with the going off the SIGs and all that, I'm beginning to think that Paul's been snatched by a shapeshifter. Now do you say that? Yeah. Yeah.
Too happy. It's not like our Paul.
Yes, there's white in the UK. We're coming here and buying up the land, derelict houses. If he continues, the British flag, yeah, I need lamb chop. I need. Oh God, on a pony, yeah, okay, yeah. The antics are Holyhead is out of control. The common travel area must be abolished. John Paul Williams, we need another soccer World Cup like 1990s when Jack Charlton encouraged the native Irish to procreate new Irish football teams. Yes, I remember it well. Yeah, I was one of them that tried to procreate, but it didn't work. But hey, it was good training. You know what I mean? But if people can fill Croke Park for a match, why can't they fill our streets to stand up for our country? Exactly, that's what I'm thinking as well.
I know.
By the way, how is the gorgeous Anthony? I'd say he's good. He might come on for a while. I'd send him a text just to see.
John Malloy, can you send John Malloy on the phone number? It went by too fast. He wasn't able to get it.
Hang on there, John. It's 0892031521. That's 0892031521. 0892031521.
Does anyone know what happened in Arklow? Just somebody mentioned the stabbing. Does anyone know what happened? I didn't see anything about it now. Oh yes, Angie, Paul, there's a couple of videos. You have to do the one with the policewoman in the airport, and also I sent one with a woman now praying in Duns.
I've seen that. Did I drag it down there? I just wondered, did I drag it in there? No, Sean. No. Okay, I have it here somewhere. A fake Duns crypt. see. I did have it there. Was that on Facebook? You sent that to me?
Yeah, it was sent on to me earlier on.
Yeah, I have it here. I'm just going to share it now. Okay, we'll share this. Watch this. This is very funny. It'd be funny if it wasn't so. Yeah. This is Dunn's in the Islac Centre, people.
On a fucking Friday. Get the fuck up. We're going to high. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to high. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to high. Let's go. 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 Let's go. 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 Let's go. 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 Let's go. Get the fuck. Let's go.
That is disgraceful. That is, they're doing it everywhere. That's rubbing your nose in it, people. That's exactly what this is. Yeah. I have John. Somebody just sent me.
It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, it is. Let me see there. Yes. That was just sent in to me there. And John Malloy. I don't think I can send messages from here. Hang on. Copy.
I think Sarah just sent a message there just saying that she sent it on through Messenger.
I have it here.
To John.
Sarah hasn't got the what you call it. Copied it there. I've sent it on to you there now, John. You should have it, mate. Come in and have a chat.
Do you want to throw up that video now of the policewoman?
The policewoman, Manchester Airport. Where are we? Manchester. Yeah, I'm going to play that then and we'll come back.
All right, calm down, you can. Okay. You all right? Sit down for me. 12257. All right, you okay? I'm here, right? 5 deep breaths. Deep breaths, all right? You're fine. You're fine. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it.
Oh my God.
The funny thing about it, well, I don't mean the funny thing about this, they tried to throw these coppers under the bus. They tried to say it was their fault. And an airport employee actually released the footage. And the old Bill went after him and tried to charge him for hate speech and all this shit because he released the footage. I seen Tommy Robinson put it out there a while ago, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, crazy. You know, it really is. Jesus, loads of message coming in there.
But it just shows, they've absolutely no respect. They've no respect for women. They've no respect for authority. You know?
I know. Gemma Grant, what's Gemma saying? Don't these TDs realise when Islam takes over, they won't vote for them and certainly won't vote for women to be in power? Yes.
But they won't, they'll want to get themselves in. They won't want us in. Well, not us, but like them. Do you know what I mean?
Us, yeah.
Not us as the nationals. They definitely don't want us, but as in like your normal TDs. Like they're going to want their own in.
Of course they are.
That's all part of it. Take over.
Yeah. Watch us live there, people. At Fitzy Dub, at Anthony L. Casey, at Rugger Morph, Ireland First 123. Fitzy, Paul Fitzsimons on Facebook, and www.theirishchannel.com/live. We should really be throwing this out on yours as well, Orla, but hey, you can buy us a coffee there on your Facebook or on your whatever.
It's up on Facebook.
Yeah, okay.
Have it up. That I don't use my X. I just have no, I have it locked.
Oh, okay. You get them Bulmers into you'll be locked. Buy us a coffee there, people. You could get
Not when they're up in Dublin with you, Paul.
What?
Not when they're up in Dublin. I'll expect them by courier tomorrow.
And I'll bring them over to the Dáil if you're up there on Wednesday. You can have them. We'll bring them over to you. That's no problem. Because I'm not drinking. I'm off the gargle as well. I'm telling you.
Okay, can somebody do up? Where's Jaden? Is Jaden on tonight? Can somebody do up a missing poster for the real Paul Fitzsimons, please?
With the real Paul Fitzsimons,
this is
please
not him.
stand up.
My God, it's not him. He's been taken over by aliens or something. Shapeshifters.
Loads, yeah. Kick her up the arse like she was Bishop Brennan. Yeah.
Mm.
That's your woman in Duns. Can Paul tell us the big reveal on Derek Bly he was on about a few days ago? Oh, there's loads of stuff coming out about all of these. People in the nationalist movement now can see what's going on here. There's 4 or 5 of them doing this against us. So, yeah, I'm just going to bring John Malloy in here, and he can tell us about what's happening now next week. How are you doing, John? How's things?
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Good,
Hey,
good.
John,
I'm
how are
going to
you?
show you. I'm going to show you where I am right now. You see that?
Yeah, it's lovely.
What a lovely view.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Lovely.
So you're welcome down here and have a chin wag.
Yeah.
How's everybody?
problem. Good, good.
Great, thanks.
Excellent, excellent. Listen, guys. Number one, thank you, both of you, for what you're doing. I'm honored to be on this with you, and thank you.
No problem. You're more than welcome.
Very welcome.
No,
No bother at all.
No, listen, I did appreciate it, Orla. You put up some wonderful stuff. I always like it and whatever else. And,
Thank you.
thanks a million. No, thanks a million.
So look, we're all just doing our best.
Oh, we're all in together.
We're all in the
That's it.
same fight, John. That's it. And you
That's
get
it.
the begrudgers and whatever, and that they talk about you and call you names, and they do what, like, I'm getting it as well. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, we're all fighting for the same thing, John. Simple as.
Look, it's phenomenal, the amount of keyboard warriors and everything else, as I'll call them.
Yeah.
And like, I look at that in kind of a different light, that you must be doing something right if they're taking their time out to actually get in the keyboard and start slating you. You know what I mean? So we're doing something right somewhere along the lines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Someone's-
Exactly.
Who are you and what have you done with Paul Fitzsimons? Just come off the cigarettes, John.
Paul, Fitzsimon, spill the beans here. What's the crack? Why are you looking so all dapper and off the cigarettes? And who is she?
No, I'm not telling you.
Oh, he'll be in trouble. She just watched the show.
No, listen, well done. No, I'm not going to take too much of your time.
John, he's like a new man. We don't even recognize him anymore.
I have to be honest, if I was leaning to that side, fine bit of stuff, but I'm not leaning to that side, Paul. You're saying you're all right.
John, he does not need any more encouragement, please.
Go on, man. Go on, tell us about next week, John, and how everything's going.
But so far, so good. I have to be very honest with you. Getting a huge response right across on X and everywhere, to be honest with you. The way I'm looking at this whole thing is that, this is not a political stance. This is just normal people like yourself, myself, Orla, everybody, that are grassroots people that looks at the whole thing and looks at the establishment and what the establishment are doing. And as I said there in some statement that's made somewhere, they're literally urinating or pissing on us everywhere we go.
Yeah.
I've seen people on the street with the cup in their hand and they're begging, looking for a light at the end of the tunnel. And I see people then literally walking across them, as if they're filth on the ground. They're fucking not. They're human beings. They've got a mind, they've got a heart, they've got a body, they've got a soul. And you know what I mean? We have to, as people ourselves, look at this. Could have happened to any of us at any stage in our lives. It didn't, and for that we have to be thankful to our God and to ourselves and to our friends and to our family. We have to look after these people. The government are pissing on them. The only way I can see about doing on like this is getting a mass of people to Dublin, number one, in solidarity with the homeless and the forgotten homeless and the unmentionable homeless, the ones that are, couch surfing, and the ones that are living in cars because they can't afford a place going to college and so on. And I get phone calls in here literally every day of the week of somebody losing their house because a landlord is looking for more money, or he's putting it off to iPass or whatever the case is. And they're literally at the end of their tether. And that's another end of the spectrum as well. So I'm literally asking everybody to come to the GPO for starters, because it's an iconic building, and because what the government are proposing to do with that, and that will not happen, cannot happen. It's our building, belongs to the Irish people, and that won't happen. Secondly, we're going then to the Dáil. We're marching to the Dáil, or walking to the Dáil, or shouting to the Dáil, or screaming to the Dáil, or whatever the case may be, whatever way people look. This is a people's protest. It's not a political protest. It's people getting out there, getting on the street and going straight to the Dáil. We're camping overnight to show the optics out there that we care about the homeless, and obviously that we do want the establishment out of there. Now, we know on the day we're not going to get the establishment out of there. This is a marathon, not a sprint. But, and this is the big bulb of the whole thing, by showing the Dáil that people power, Paul Fitzsimons, the Orlis, myself, whoever it is, the people power is stronger than the people in power. That will suddenly waken them up and get them thinking, hang on a minute, we actually are in trouble. They know they're in trouble, but they've got to admit they're in trouble. So by doing that, and then obviously on the Thursday, they leave the office on Thursday at 5 o'clock, and we're going to literally screen them out of there. Literally screen them out of there. Bringing it forward then to September, there is a part 2 to this. In September, I will be asking, and this is a huge ask, but I know the people of this country will do it. I have huge faith in the people of the country. In September, we go back there, we stop them getting in. It will take time, it will take effort, it will take an awful lot of people, take 100,000 people. Look, we did it for the water protests. Let's do it again. We have to stop this. Political powers, look, I don't think political policy is going to stop this. I honestly think that by getting out there on the street in a mass will stop this.
Yeah, I think so as well.
That's my take on it.
And that's why I was sitting here on Tuesday night on and people were texting in, we need direct action. And I just said, right, the 30th of July. And as I said, no political parties, no banners, just people on the street. Stop the train, stop the boats, stop the airplanes. Just stop the whole lot for one day, from 12 till 6. And that'll send a message to them. You know what I mean? They'll be on holidays, I get that. But they will know what we did on the 30th of July.
It doesn't matter about the holidays. And I 100% agree with you. We have to show the power of stopping places like what you just mentioned there in July and in August. By the time then we go back in September, they will see that optics, and they will see how strong we are as a people and as a nation. They're just going to be scared. And if we can stop them getting in, well, that's the nail into their coffin.
Yeah. We tried it 2 years ago, and they had the barricades up. Do you remember was it the 9th of September? And they had when we had the gallows and everything. That was a great day. That was.
That was a great day. That was a great day. Well, look, let's do it again, but let's do it bigger. Let's do it better, and let's everybody get out there. Look, people are saying to me, "Look, do it the weekend." They're fucking not there at the weekend. Oh well, I can't afford to take time off, and I know everybody is strapped and pinned to the collar. I know that, and I know there's a recession coming down the line, and we've got to watch that as well. But if we can get them out before this recession hits us, which will probably be the end of the year before it really hits us, we have some hope of battling against that recession. You know what I mean? We have to pull together. We just literally have to. We have no choice. They've put us into this position. Yeah. We didn't put ourselves in this position. The government, the parasites have put us in this position. So we have to do something.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, look, on the 16th and 17th, bring your banners, bring your flags, bring your county colours, bring your pots, pans, sound systems, everything. And this is like, I'm asking everybody and anybody from different communities to come up. And if they want to take the mic and tell the people what's going on in their own communities, Jesus, do so. Yeah. This is about the people, for the people, not somebody looking for votes. Not somebody doing a GoFundMe or whatever the case is. It's just about us.
Yeah, I agree.
The normal people, John, 100%. I've been saying this the last few shows. We need normal people with normal issues, you know, speaking at these events.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm 63 years of age, 64 years of age. I'm just a normal person out there, you know, trying to make a living, trying to keep a family going. I have two big sons, two little sons, and two daughters. Like, and none of them are going to get houses. None of them are going to get houses. You know, I was talking to a lady from Athlone today, and she's in her house this last 12 years. Now, she's put an awful lot of effort into that house. She spent thousands on it, but it's a rented house. And now she's been kicked out because she's put her in bypass. She has nowhere to go in 6 months' time. Nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Nowhere to go. And that's just one instance. She's 68 years of age.
Oh, my God.
Mark Fitzpatrick just asked me, when are you moving in with his ma?
Oh, jeez, yeah. I was chatting with him the other night. Yeah, tell them keep the bed warm. I'll be up there on the 16th. The amount of people that I've talked to and met and everything else over this last few weeks that have, you know, said, well done, and we'll keep pushing this. You know, look, I'm humbled. I really am humbled. I'm just a normal guy, just trying something different. And, you know, let's support each other.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to present this there. Bear with me there. And there you are, folks. National Call to the Dáil, July 16th and 17th. That's Wednesday and Thursday. Walking from the GPO on Wednesday to Leinster House at 12 noon. 2 days, 1 night. Bring a tent. Have you had enough yet? Join hands to defend our future by honouring our past. Starting on the 16th at GPO and walk to Leinster House and stay overnight. So that's where it is. That's where we'll all be next week. So, yeah.
Right, Paul, I'm going to leave you with this, right? Can you see me there? I'm going to leave you with this.
Yeah.
This is our land, right?
Yes.
Forefathers fought hard for this. Out on that mountain out there, right? There was about 6 men in 1917 were killed on that mountain by Black and Tans. The crosses are out there. My grandfather included on that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm fighting for this. This is our land. It belongs to the Irish people, not by a government that are suppressing us and kicking us down into the soil.
Yes, I agree.
There you go, folks.
100%.
See you all there on the 16th, the 17th, and on the 30th as well, Paul. That's someone just posted that in there. So, yeah, thanks, John, for coming on, and I'll see you next Wednesday.
Thanks, John.
God bless you. Listen, thanks for everything. And all I can say is share
it everywhere, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Cheers, John. Thanks for coming on.
100%. 100%. We have to push the Portugal.
See you later, buddy.
Oh, listen, my pleasure. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thanks very much.
Take care. Fair play to him. He's one of the good guys. I have to say, I like John.
I
always
like John.
have liked John. But
hopefully a good few turnout first.
Yes, hopefully a good few. There's a lot of people now getting on board here now at the 30th as well. So, as I said, there says no groups. I have to reach out to some of the says no groups in Cork and everywhere else. So, as I said, we 3 weeks. We 3 weeks from yesterday. Okay, so we've 20 days left. So, people, if we can do this, this would be epic. You know what I mean? Paul, put this out on as many websites as possible. Yes, we will. Chris Bourne, you're wrong. We tried to do the exact same thing a few years ago. Get a homeless camp outside the Dáil. No turned up. Well, I'm going to be honest. There's going to be a lot of people here at this one next week, I'd say. This has got great traction.
I think so.
And I'm going to be honest with you. The ones who don't turn up are the ones you need to be looking at. You know what I mean? The true nationalists, you know, that won't back this and won't come and get involved with John with this. John is a good guy. Okay, I like John. He's a great speaker. He has everyone's, you know, he has the country in his heart. You know what I mean? Whereas other people haven't. It's all about money and it's all about clicks and likes and the whole lot. So fair play to John. I really do hope he gets it. He gets the crowd he needs. And I think he will. And Martin's going to be cooking. So, yeah, fair play. People are looking for justice.
But you're even if people will say can't stay overnight, just to even come for a few hours.
Yeah, people are looking for justice about they are doing to our country, but no one calls a protest for the Department of Justice. Doesn't make sense. The immigrants in this country look for justice. Yeah, well, I think going to the Dáil is the whole, I think, the Department of Justice, that's on Stephen's Green, isn't it? Yeah, we need a new land league to protect our own. Yes, we do. And if you look at what Sinn and Adina are getting hockeyed over in the newspapers, there's had to been 5 newspaper articles about Sinn and Adina in the last 3 days, the last 4 days. So obviously we're doing something right, you know what I mean? And they are afraid of their lives, of Sinn and Adina. And people, if you want, join Sinn and Adina. I'm going to put it up there now, banners. You can put it up there. www.shinnandadina.ie. There's one in every county, in the 32 counties of Ireland. Join your county group and get out on the streets and stop these migrants from taking over your areas. Get them out of camps. These people shouldn't be camping anywhere. They should be put back on a plane and sent home. And that's the end of it. End of story. People, Jesus, we're up to 1,100 there now already. Oh shit, I'm after getting rid of that. I deleted it instead of I'll put it back up now in a minute. But right, Orla, we better go on to
I've sent you over loads of stuff, so
I know you did.
fire it away.
I know you did. But like, I'm just looking to see. We're not going to go with COVID. I'm going to go with Sean part 2 with that nursing home thing. No, we go with that. No, we go with that with the COVID stuff as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And I sent over, I think I sent over Cal as well, something from Cal.
Yeah.
I've sent over a good bit of stuff, I know.
You have sent over a good bit of stuff. Al, now I'm looking at what's Al after sending me over. Missing since 2 months.
What is that? What? It's very true.
It's Fitzsimons, by the way. My dad going mad if he sees Fitzsimmons. It's English. He doesn't like English. But missing Tim.
Yeah. This Paul has been taken over.
Shapeshifters. DMC. He had to send me loads of stuff.
Well, you're not too bad. Look at my surname. Hardly anyone can ever spell it.
Donoghue.
Only a select few or pronounce
Donoghue. Yeah.
Donoghue.
Yeah. I have a few here. Yeah. Let me just add this here. Did you hear Sharon Keoghan yesterday? Was it yesterday in the Shannon about the legislation?
No.
Yeah,
oh, actually, when you're speaking about Sharon, have you got something to show from her?
Yeah, I have a video.
Okay, I sent you on a Ken O'Flynn. Yeah, so you can play that if you're going to be doing Sharon as well. No, I didn't see it actually.
I'll play Ken O'Flynn then.
Oh, but no, play Sharon as well.
Reports reveal 13.6% increase in new sexual offences cases, a figure that we should all be deeply concerned about in this House. Ireland's population, approximately 5.4 million, almost a decade ahead of the earlier demographic projections, shows that our justice system remains starkly opaque. We do not publish monetized data on national or nationality or immigration status of individuals with convicted of serious crimes, including sexual or violent crimes. This data is collected and collated, but is withheld for public scrutiny. Taoiseach, in the United Kingdom, it is now known that 1 in 4 sex crimes are committed by foreign nationals, according to Women's Safety Initiative and the Telegraph. So, Taoiseach, I ask you, will your government implement the similar legislation in the United Kingdom, in Denmark and in the rest of the European Union for the collation of this and the distribution of the data? Thank you. Apologies, Kim.
Deputy, I would say to you, David, everything has to be evidence-based. And your assertions, one of the biggest major research into sexual abuse in this country was done nearly 2 decades ago. And it was quite revealing. And it wasn't revealing in terms of race or anything like that. It was revealing in terms of the prevalence of abuse across the country. One would argue in earlier periods, but it still continues. If you look at all the inquiries we've had in terms of institutional abuse in industrial schools, we just announced today a commission of inquiry into sexual abuse in all primary and all second level schools. And by definition, given the historical time frame for that inquiry, it's not a race-focused thing. Because no, just you get my point. I think we do need to.
Deputy,
we do need
time
to
is
really,
up. Thank you, Taoiseach.
We do
Deputy,
need,
please.
I just told you.
Taoiseach, time is up.
I just told you. Industrial.
Deputy,
I just
you've
mentioned,
asked your question.
I mentioned what happened in industrial schools, Deputy. I've mentioned what's happened in schools in terms
Yes,
of
time is up
other
on that one,
institutional
Taoiseach.
settings.
Deputy
Long
Brennan.
before there was any, modern sort of increase
Please,
in
Taoiseach, we
terms
have
of
other
different
members.
nationalities coming to
Deputy
the country.
Brendan Smith.
You go
See
around
the
and
way he
say,
said, yeah, but you see the way he says, right? This is what I laughed at. Like he turns around and he says, "Oh, we did that survey was done 2 decades ago. A hell of a lot has changed in 2 decades. In fact, a hell of a lot has changed in the last 2 years." You know, he's unbelievable. Absolutely. I know you have to play Sharon's one. I actually saw somebody put up a comment there in relation to that Islamic statue. I've sent that on to you as well. To show that as well. Yeah. But you wanted to do something. What was the thing with Sharon?
That's just she was calling them out yesterday. I'm just going to this is Islamic statue.
I didn't see it. Yeah.
There it is there. Fella right, yeah, have it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is this thing here. I'll read it. Hang on. I seen somebody putting that up about the Islamic statue. Is it gone yet? No, it's not gone. It's still there. So there's this piece of look. They are now erecting Islamic sculptures in Ireland and telling us they are inspired by Irish mythology. Bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Gave the image to Grock and asked who the sculpture is likely for. The structure features a prominent crescent moon and a star at the top, which is widely recognized symbols with Islam. There you go. Look at that. Yeah. The crescent and the star are commonly found on flags and emblems of various Muslim majority countries, such as Turkey, Pakistan, and several nations of the Middle East and North Africa. They have no place in this country. None of them. I don't care. This is an Irish country. We do not need that sort of crap around the country. But again, the people are letting this happen. Now, I'm not. And look, is it? If you look at it there, it's like two serpents, is it, or something? The two heads coming together. Do you see it?
Yeah, I know at the top. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of them things at a fair, isn't it? Where you slide down the blade. It's a horrible looking thing. But yeah, the people are
actually that just reminds me. I sent you on a video there. I can't remember what it was underneath. With them all, at a church. They're standing on the steps.
Finland, yeah, I'll play that in a while. I have that there. Yeah, I have that there.
Yeah, because that again just shows no respect for our religion, no respect for our churches.
It's not new, isn't it? I thought that was new, Lady Verda. Sorry, I thought that was new. I haven't, as I said, I don't be up and draw it, but somebody just posted it there now. I thought that was only erected.
I thought that was only new as well.
Yeah, I seen someone opening it last week. And she was black. So, yeah.
Unless they did something with it.
Why did nobody show it before? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking as well. Islamic stamp of approval. Ireland is being transformed slowly. Yes, it is. Nelson's pillar springs to mind. Yeah. Jay, just goes to show you haven't a clue what's going on. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know that was there now. I'm being honest with you. Is this new, Paul? The excuse that the Turkish people helped as at the time of the famine and genocide. Yeah, is that new, Paul? Apparently it's not. I don't know.
I don't know. It was only up the last couple of days on X when I saw it.
Michal is currently in family with the president of Lithuania, getting wined and dined, and doesn't give a shit about the damage he's doing. No, he doesn't.
Why would he?
See a fella. Yeah, exactly. That monument is drawn as recognition for aid received by Turkish king during the famine. It's on the town's crest. Okay, I didn't know that.
So has it been there for a while? Then why was somebody? You said somebody was there for the opening of it.
I thought I seen a video the other day of somebody opening it. Yeah, maybe they were just at it talking. I don't know, but they were.
Unless it was an upgrade or something done to it. I don't know.
Hi to the Garda pigs in the Phoenix Park watching in and munching their cheap dinners out in Westmanstown. Imagine €5 a dinner, government subsidies. You can bet your arse they're watching this. You know they are. It's Droghed's crest. Okay. No, it's their years. It's actually been attacked before, paint through over it. The only reason it's making headlines, it was winner of Tidy Towns. Oh, okay, that must be what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Scorpion tails. Yeah, it's history and all. Yeah, it looks like a cheap, tacky plastic carnival post for you, but yeah, it is. It's horrible
Actually,
looking.
yeah.
It's sick of hearing about visa for Palestinians to come over for GAA. Yeah, and then Mary Lou and them talking about bringing over the Palestinian kids for operations when they won't even look after their own kids.
Exactly.
Scoliosis kids and everything
Look
else.
at the
Like,
video.
no,
Yeah, look at the video from the other
no,
night. That young lad.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting it is.
Mm.
Our new, old or new, still should come down. Yeah, I agree with you. Need more pallets around it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Draw the crest is nothing like what it represented. I think the people that draw it need to sort this. Like, you know what I mean? Guard the cowards. Not a bit of love for Ireland. Betrayed us all. Yes, I agree with you. Every one of them. But listen, there was 5 guards leaving the guard. There was 500 left last year. So that was what, 10 a week, more or less? It was 500 and something. So that was 10 a week. Some people say there was some good guards. Some people say they're bad guards. But listen, I'd say all the good ones left last year and the year before. You know, and there was a lot of them got out before the pension
Yeah,
stuff
what's
in
happening? Yeah, I know.
2009 and everything. Ireland Force, think you're tough, do you, boy? I hear you Irish like a good crack, as you say, but do you like and fight? Come to England, boy. Okay, King Dale Clark, Ireland Force, do you? Yeah, you're tough, boy. Okay, I don't know what that's about. You know, I really don't. Well, hey. Thousands of Muslims surrounded a Catholic church in Melbourne, Australia, on the same day they wanted to march on the GPO, all coordinated. Well, now I'm going to just show you this now because this is Finland. Helsinki, yeah. I'm going to play this. This is the cathedral, the Catholic cathedral in Finland. Watch this.
در خودم گم شده ام آه بگو راه کجاست خسته ام از
That was the same day as that was last Friday. Was it last Friday they tried to do it here as well? Now, that was sent in to me. That's there a couple of days, but they tried to do that. They done that the same day. So this was coordinated all around the world, you know, all in the Western world to just to rub your nose in it. That's all this is. Like, you know what I mean?
Even here, I don't even like the music. You know, the sound. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it, isn't it? It's like dread or something. I don't know. Every time you hear it, it's just, you know, do you know like we say, do you know the way like you say about like, we'll say Catholic music, Christian music, it's always uplifting. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like happy or something. That music just sounds like, I don't know, dread or something like that. I don't even like listening to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm just typing out this to the end here. Go on, you keep talking there, Ollie. You're supposed to fill in while I'm doing this.
What are you typing?
I'm put the thing across the bottom there. We're at the hitting 1200 there. I deleted it instead of typing it there. So I
good man yourself, yeah. What else do we have to pull up?
We've loads to pull up. Loads. I'm gonna play what you call it, this Sharon Kyogan one.
It must be terrible, Paul, when too much has been sent over to you to manage.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes, see, I'm a lot busier than I used to be. You know what I mean? Like I used to have loads of time on my hands. Now I'm trying to juggle lots of things. You know what I mean? It's, you know, and some people just can't be juggled. Like, you know what I mean? You have to be looking after people. You know, you can't be just juggling people. You know yourself. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Paul banned the Kingsdale Clark. He's a prick. Saw him causing trouble on All or Nothing podcast. Yeah, I just won't put up his stuff. I'll just ban him, yeah. Just a heads up. The star on the crest is 8-sided star. It's nothing like that monument. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll just ban his comments. I won't put it up now. Give us a song. Yeah, or give us a song in the gaps.
Oh, Jesus, no. No.
Spitty toast.
I did used to sing in the choir when I was younger, but definitely those days are gone.
Yeah, I used to. Yeah, I used to get the lead role in all of the, the school plays because I was the loudest. Swear to God, with no mics
But
then.
nothing's changed, has it?
Yeah, nothing's changed. Yeah. Orly, you need a new co-host. Ah, now Angie, come on. Yeah. I'm doing auditions for a new co-host myself here now. So yeah, Orla could be out on the streets here now doing the roving report. Do you know what I
I will
mean?
be
She
out the
has me
streets.
off.
I will be out the streets on the 16th and 17th.
Yeah. But no, Orla is her interview skills have gone through the roof here now. RTE and all are ringing me up here now. They never usually ring me up. You know what I mean? It's usually for a hip piece.
No, the hippies are going to be me now.
Arabic sounds shitty to my ears. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like, there's something. It sounds like dread or something. Oh,
horrible.
yeah.
Horrible. I'm tired of the constant repeats of all saw over the week. Good night. Ireland first, the fun party later. Yeah, take it easy. Ireland first. Yeah. Bye. Ireland first. Yeah. We'll see. It's all coming to a head here, lads. Rocky Road. Yeah, I'm gonna play this Sharon Kyogan.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes. I didn't see this.
And yeah, listen to what she's saying here. They're trying to bring in legislation here. Listen to her. And they shut her down. They tried to shut her down.
Now, I must raise a question that many are thinking, but few are willing to say out loud. Is there a conflict of interest at the heart of this bill? Minister O'Callaghan, you and Attorney General Rossa Fanning have both earned substantial sums from defamation litigation. Mr. O'Callaghan, as senior counsel, has represented high-profile clients in major defamation cases.
I don't think that's appropriate.
But this is actual fact and true.
It may be, but I don't think it's appropriate to this debate.
But it is. This is to do with the defamation legislation. I'm sorry, but it is. Mr. Fanning, before becoming Attorney General, was one of the country's most sought-after barristers.
I would ask you to be mindful of your language.
All right. I will. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Before becoming Attorney General, was one of the country's most sought-after barristers in commercial and defamation law. Now, while it is of course very normal for legislators to follow careers in law before entering politics, we must question the systemic problems that raises. Do we really believe that this bill, one that preserves high-value litigation while weakening public protections, was crafted with cool, disinterested objectivity by those who have profited most from the current system? Finally, I want to speak on a broader concern.
Senator, I'd ask you to withdraw that. You have absolutely no proof of what you're stating there. That's a scurrilous comment, and I'll ask you to withdraw it unless you have proof.
Sorry, what comment would you like to?
Yes, well, you can withdraw it unless you have proof.
Proof in relation to what comment?
In relation to the people, the architects of the bill.
Sorry, point of order, Chair. I think there's a clear inference there of a conflict of interest. I think it's unfair, and I don't think it behoves this House to introduce that type of argument or narrative here.
Well, there's a lot of members in this House that will come from the legal background. Indeed, many in the lower house as well.
It's not a crime to come from the legal background.
That would come from the law background as well, and many would have vested interest in this piece of legislation. So
I'm going to ask you to withdraw that.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for. I considered that withdrawal, and I'll come back to you.
Is it?
Finally, I want to speak on a broader concern: the erosion of free speech in this country. We've seen the government hesitate on hate speech laws, failing to provide clarity on what will or won't be criminalised. We've seen proposals to include a so-called kneecap provision in anti-terror legislation, a clause mirroring the very same one being used to persecute Irish artists in the UK, with language so vague it could be used to target half the country for their views. And now we see a defamation bill that fails to protect satire, fails to protect survivors, and fails to protect the public's right to speak.
You're over time, and you've gone on to different legislation. We're dealing with defamation, so I'll let one of your colleagues come in now.
This is sorry, I might have gone over time.
You're gone on to the hate speech bill.
No, I'm actually talking about this particular bit.
Well,
defamation.
You're out of time. So,
well,
Senator Conway.
you interrupted me, Chair, Surely that time should be allocated back to me.
I'm nearly finished. I did afford you additional time, and now it's your colleague, Senator Conway's turn.
This is not the Ireland I want to live in. This is not the Ireland I want
Sorry,
to...
Senator. Sorry, there's other senators in the House. So Senator
Minister,
Senator
comments were withdrawn.
Sorry, can I think about... Can I
no, you can't. You're out of time. I've indulged you.
They hate her, don't they? Listen, she's good. I was talking to her. I had a little chat with her down at the Eddie Hobbs thing, just for a couple of minutes, and she's great. She is great. She puts them in that place.
He kept constantly interrupting her. He wouldn't even let her speak.
Yeah. You know, I mean, that's what
she
they do all the time.
I'm talking on the same subject, you know.
Yeah. I know, but that's what they do. They keep putting her down. They keep telling her, you know, and it's scurrilous. It's not scurrilous. It's true what she's saying. You know what I mean? It is part of this. You know what I mean? And the hate speech bill as well that she's talking about there, the kneecap thing, like in the UK. They're trying to push that in here as well. And that means me, you, and anyone that speaks out against this government is going to be known as terrorists. You know what I mean? But yeah, Umar al-Qadri, who is the leader of the Muslim Brotherhood, a known international terrorist organization, he's the darling of RTE and Virgin Media. He gets all the publicity he wants from the government and everything, you know? So it's two-tiered. Everything is two-tiered, you know what I mean? What's the point having female senators if they're not allowed to speak? Toxic masculinity. Yes, you're right.
Well, Anna made a good comment there. What was it she said? It was like telling the little woman to sit down.
Yes, exactly. What's this, Dale Clark? Ireland first. I know you are older now, but if Ireland was in a war, would you step up or would you hide like the younger generation of Irish people? I'd step up. Yeah, I'd step up. No problem. I've no problem stepping up. They want them to withdraw the bit that was said already. Yes, exactly. You know, it was already said. It's in the public domain now. Oh, get rid of that. Yeah. Forcing someone to withdraw a statement, ganging up on her. Yes, exactly. State of the chap calling the shots look like a piss head. Yes. And someone said there, the other fella in the white shirt is Banty McEnany's little boy, you know. Democracy is finished. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. Sharon ruffles feathers. She does ruffle feathers. Yeah, she does ruffle feathers. And I wanted to put it out there as well. When I was talking about, hang on, where are we there? Paul image. I'm just going to put this back up here. This is the one for the 30th, okay? And I will put this out with a video probably later on or tomorrow. The national shutdown, 30th of July. If we can get farmers on board with this as well, and lorry drivers and taxi drivers on board with this, just to block everywhere, and if we can get farmers up there with their slurry things to spray the doll or spray, you know, listen, lads, if you can help us in any way, please. This means this is for you as well. This is not just for us. And as I said, it's non-political. We'll all be there. We'll all be standing our grounds. You know what I mean? There'll be no political parties. There'll be no banners. It's just grassroots. We, the people, need to do this. So if you can be there, please be there. We need to get this done. Direct action is now. And the 30th is, as I said, 3 weeks from yesterday. So we've 20 days left to get this sorted. And I'm sure, listen, we can get the people out. I'm sure we will get people out to do this. You know what I mean? As I said, people are sick of marching from the Garden of Remembrance down to the Custom House and to the Dáil. And I'm not, okay, the Dáil, what John is doing is great. And what Michelle did the other day was great. Fair play to them. They actually did, you know, they're going to do something. But this direct action now will shut down the country if we can. And as I said, we need farmers, taxi drivers, lorry drivers, because this affects every one of you. Farmers are being, and fishermen. If fishermen can come out as well, if you can get a few trawlers out to block, that would be great altogether. If you get a few trawlers out in the bay to block the ferries coming in, that would be even better again. So listen, this is for everyone's future. None of our kids are going to have houses in this country. They're all going to be going to Australia, and there'll be Muslims running riot around these streets with their blades and everything else. They're already doing it now. So this is what we need to do, people. Please stand up, you know, and the real Paul Fitzsimons will stand up on that day. So yeah, I'll be at Euston Station, Red Tree. I'll be at Euston Station if anyone's going. Yes, we will organise this, that everyone is in a designated place at 12 o'clock. Boom. Listen, you all have the number there. Look, there's the number there. You have my number, 089 203 1521. 089 203 1521. Contact me on that number, and I'll give you another number then to contact me. So that's just the show number. So please, people, yeah, this is a call for direct action. We need it. We need it. We need to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, actually, just when we're talking about upcoming events, I sent it on to you? Can you put up the event? I know it's next month for Stephen Kerr as well, because that's definitely one to support. I did. Yes.
Just ahead is 828. It's nothing like the monument. Oh, okay. Now this is about the monument. Okay, I'm just going to show this while I have it here. It's just been sent in to me about that monument up in Drogheda. The star on that monument resembles nothing to the Drogheda star there. Look, the star on the Drogheda one has 8 points on it. It's an 8-pointed star. That one hasn't. Okay. So I'll stop sharing that. Let me see there. Did you send it to me, Stephen Kerr's one?
Yeah, I'd say it's through Facebook.
Through Facebook. Oh, hold on. Praying in Dawns, Deliveroo.
Oh, yeah, we must play that Deliveroo one. That's really important.
Oh, yeah, I will. That's a very good one. I was watching that.
Mm.
Stephen Kerr event. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm going to play this here now, yeah, because, yeah. Hold on now. There. Yes. It's not a very big video. Adele Gillick sent me in a message there. Okay, I'll have a look at that now in a minute. I'm just going to present this now, and this is for, I'll be going to this one myself. Okay. It's only a small video, so it's 3 minutes long. So people, yeah, if you can get this out, the 23rd of August in Drumshambo, Leitrim, 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. I'm going to just play this here now.
No sound.
There's no sound.
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me just do this again.
Titled Learning from Ireland's Past to Shape a Resilient Future is going to be on in the main hall with journalist and author John Waters and the founder of Brehon Academy, Kevin Flanagan. For those of you more interested in just having a chat and a dance with old friends and you, there will be music all day in the bar area next door, and there'll also be music in the main hall once the talks are over. We have some absolutely brilliant musicians joining us on the day, and I really hope you can join us there too.
Plantation and war, our people are resilient. We see so many struggles before. We belong to our children. The struggle is for them. So let's banish all the demons and free ourselves again. You can run out of love. Killing a future and it isn't even here. Create me, I said, don't break me. Teach me, don't corrupt me, just teach me.
Ireland I am, so Ireland I'll be. I am the land of the spirits within me. I am the land and the spirits within. There's the new world order when you need it. on the loose. She's a communist. I'm friendly for a fascist. I'm kind for Nazi scum. I'm friendly for a fascist. And a whore for the out freedom.
Right, folks, very quickly, Councillor Party.
That seems good.
Yeah, okay. But I'll see if I can get the tickets thing up there now in a minute. Hang on, you send it. That should be there, shouldn't it? All right, I'll have a look.
Well, it should be on the Facebook link, yeah.
Let me have a look there. Yeah.
Well, look,
Yes.
you know, anything that Stephen and Suzanne are organising should be supported.
Yes, I'm just going to. Yes, and I seen Mr. Bloy tried to put something out yesterday, and Suzanne counteracted him there about different stuff, that he was a hypocrite and everything else. Like, I'm not going to get into this he said, she said stuff, but Stephen called that a long time before Derek Bloy called his one in Cork.
Yeah.
I've just put it in there. I've just put the tickets into it's gone into the comments there, lads, where you can buy tickets.
Well, all I would say about Suzanne is anyone who knows me knows I have the highest respect for that woman. And I thought her reply was very dignified and graceful as per usual, and she was telling the truth. And I didn't particularly like the way she was spoken to.
Yes.
Or spoken down to, should I say. But as I said, I'm not getting into anything. But at the end of the day, you know, can people not just sit down and have a conversation instead of putting everything up online? Like, what does it take for somebody just to send a message and just say, listen, can we have a chat and meet up? Simple as that. And that'll solve a huge amount of issues. Over and done with, instead of putting stuff up online.
These people don't want to solve issues, Orla. These people want to cause the void. That's the problem here. They don't want to sort issues. We've reached out to these people umpteen times.
No, I know you did.
A message sent to Anthony yesterday that I said something about Derek Bloy. Derek Bloy only has to pick up the phone and ring me. He has my number. You know what I mean? I've asked him to talk to me. I've asked him about why not putting out a statement, why not doing this, why not? No, he won't. I was supposed to speak. I was supposed to do an interview up there with Rebel News up at Crown Paints a couple of weeks ago. And I was told to ring Derek because it was me who was doing the interview. So I'm still waiting for Rebel News to get back to me. I wonder why that is. Is it because it was me? If it had been someone else doing the interview, I'm sure they'd have got the call off Rebel News. You know what I mean? So they don't want anyone. Listen, it's all divide and conquer with these so-called nationalists, and I've had it with them. I'm just sick of them. I don't want to sit down and talk to any of them now. They can all just fuck off as far as I'm concerned. That's the first course I've done tonight, and that's my last one. So that's just the way I feel on this one. I don't do Facebook. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul and all. We've no time for this. Sorry, but we have to get real. Rose Curry. Yeah, what's this? Paul Bouncedale Clark. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, don't worry about it. Jane, though, I read the comments on Stephen's post, and he said people could pay at the door. Yeah, people can pay at the door as well.
Okay, good,
but,
good.
Right.
I shared his post yesterday, so I did. But it's on its Facebook link, and I'd say Suzanne will have it up probably on our X page and all that as well.
I just need to know where I'm needed. Yeah, no problem. People are sending me a message there where they're needed and this, that, and the other. I will contact you. Yeah, no problem. Tomorrow I will let you know what the story is and how we're going to do this.
So will we? So let's do the video in relation to the Deliveroo, because this is actually something that should be really highlighted.
Yeah.
And questions asked about this.
Deliveroo one, that was Suzanne, wasn't it?
She does excellent work. She's brilliant.
No, not that one. Yeah. I need to just call out this as well. Hang on. The delivery one. Let me. Where do you put that one? You did send that to me. Hold on.
I did.
Yeah, I'm just going to put up this as well. I'm just going to put this up here now. Okay, this is while we have the numbers there. 20. We've loads there now. We've up to 1,400 there, people. I'm just going to share this out and I'll read it because this is one of our patriots died. Poor lady. There she is. There. Helen told me last night the passing of our dear friend Maura in pink. And we're absolutely heartbroken. Everybody who knew this incredibly kind, brave Irish lady, originally from Sheriff Street in Dublin, this beautiful soul was fearless when it came to standing against the criminals in government, calling out the cowards in the Gardaí for aiding the destruction of our home and fighting for her children, her precious grandchildren, her community and her beloved country. She gave a great interview to Philip Dwyer. Yeah, we want to get that interview. We play it. The tenacity and courage that she has displayed will put most of the so-called men who have still yet to find their balls to get involved in this battle. Shame on them. Apart from standing against mass illegal immigration among countless other wrongdoings perpetrated by these threats in the state, Maura also joined us at Eason's bookshop to put them on notice about the pornographic content on display in the children's section, which they had classed as young adults. No such thing, perverts. You're either an adult or you're a minor, which led to those books being placed on the inappropriate section and out of the reach of innocent children. So, Maura, rest in peace, Maura. Please, God. Okay. Lovely lady. And I do remember her, yeah. I remember her, yeah.
I think I know the other lady as well. She looks familiar. The one on the other side.
The other lady is there all the time. She'll just be there all the time as well.
She looks familiar. Mm.
So rest in peace, Maura.
Mm.
Yeah, comments are all over the place. May Maura's gentle soul rest with peace in heaven. God bless her, yeah. Yeah, you are what you eat. That's what I've been told, Eddie, to be honest with you. So, R.I.P. So sad, yeah. Great girl, R.I.P. Yeah. You like what? Barry Walsh. I asked you earlier, do you think the Gardaí will allow a large group of people staying in tents overnight outside the Dáil? I don't know. We will see, won't we? So, if there's enough of them, let's be honest, lads, the Gardaí never get involved if there's 1,000 people. But if there's a lot less, they might get involved because they like to push people around. You know what I mean? But if there's enough people there, they won't. You know what I mean? People push in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's Helen Orla. Yeah, an absolute warrior. That's exactly who that is. Helen.
Okay. Yeah, no, she looked familiar.
No, I stood with Helen outside for Enoch Bourke and everything. Helen is there through thick and thin. Adolph Ryan. I found documents from Sean South, who was an IRA member from Limerick who died on the north. He used to write extensively back about Hollywood influence on our media. Yeah. Dale Clark, Chris, don't be weak, fella. Whatever.
What's going on there with that Dale? Who's that guy? Is he in causing trouble in the comments?
I just, yeah, good luck to you. Yeah, he's
gone.
I know boy, Dale, you need to learn to fight. Yeah, we don't need to learn that now, Dale, so good luck to you. You like, no, Stephen personally. I know Stephen personally too. Stephen is one of the good guys.
Yes.
Okay, so
the Deliveroo video.
Deliveroo, yeah, sorry, Deliveroo. Was that you sent me that? Suzanne, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was.
Like, good questions need to be asked here. Like, how many of these drivers have been vetted or checked or anything on them, do you know, that are going to people's doors? And we had, obviously, the case there that we highlighted where, do you remember that woman was raped, do you know, with the push the way through the door?
Yeah, but this is a Deliveroo driver, right? Okay, watch this now. Watch this. And it was Suzanne who actually put it up there because Can't even order takeaway safely.
What on earth? Look, let's be brutally honest here. If you're a woman and someone in a split second comes through your door like that and gets in and shuts the door and no one's seen it, it was the middle of the day, everyone's at work, you are doomed. This is fucking dangerous. Excuse my French, but it is. And you know what's even more dangerous? If you're from the UK and you know about the scandal where unvetted illegal migrants are getting jobs for Uber and Deliveroo and stuff. Do you know how dangerous that is when they don't have a footprint or an ID and no one knows who they are? And yes, there is bad people already here who live here who are more than capable of doing this, but I'm just highlighting the dangers. These food delivery companies need to do better.
Yeah. Now I'm just going to read this, what Suzanne put in. If you want to take away, then take away this. Please stop using Deliveroo and Just Eat, etc. Note all the blood at the end of the decking. She was stabbed, if you've seen the blood there.
Yeah,
Only
I saw
2
that.
days,
Yeah.
Only 2 days ago, I posted the Irish news story regarding the woman who was paralysed with drugs and raped by a delivery driver. Her foreign tenant came down along and saw her naked and paralysed and raped her too. Police did not release the description of that delivery driver rapist, and he is still at large. None of these people are background vetted. These companies have a lot to answer for.
They do,
And
100%.
I was sitting out in the car tonight on the phone, and the same fella passed by here 6 times, and he was a Muslim guy. He was Somalian or something. He was definitely, he was up and down, And McDonald's in Donamead have them. It's riddled with them. Blanchardstown is riddled with them. Everywhere you go, and if you go into any of the iPass centres in the underground car parks and any of these big buildings, they're all charging the bikes and everything, and the delivery stuff is in there. So these people are all being hired, and we don't know who these people are. So they're unvetted, undocumented males who nobody knows who they are. If they rape a woman, they're gone on the next ferry. You know, cheerio, that's where they're gone, and nobody knows. You know what I mean?
But you remember that happened with it was over in the UK as well. A 14-year-old was on her own in the house, and somebody was delivering, was it a television or something to the house?
Yeah.
And she was a young girl, yeah.
We've hit
I think again, it's the same sort of thing. If you're going to be using your takeaways and all that sort of stuff, just use the Irish ones.
Yeah. I once did an application for delivery. There's no security. It's like the easiest thing you can imagine. Yeah, it's ChatGPT. Never use food delivery, etc. Just cook at home. Yeah. 100% correct. Deliveroo has no care either. Yet they haven't. It's disgusting. Police say crime 3 days ago. Help instead of same-day warnings. Yes, as I said before, if somebody was raped in the area when I was growing up as a kid, there was a photo fit sent out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And women were made aware that somebody was in the area. Now it's happening 3 and 4 times a week in different areas, and women are told to shut up.
Yeah,
that it didn't happen. Oh no, that didn't happen, and they're being shut up, and they're being told. I know for a fact that there was a girl in Dungarvan about 2 years ago, and Tulsa and everything were involved in that. They said they were going to take her children off her and everything if she spoke out about that. Like I was to go down and do an interview with her, and I got a phone call off her cousin, and she said, "Listen, she won't do the interview with you, you know, because she's afraid that Tulsa is getting involved in everything." So this is what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Good fish and chips, exactly. Best shops out in the Hout, best one in Dublin.
But they should be held accountable, because if anything happens to the women or the children in this country, it's the government's fault. They let them in.
Yeah, that video was shocking. Yeah, I switched up to Irish Butchers, and my God, the food is good. Yes, Irish Butchers, that's what we need. My mate is
Anything Irish. Hairdressers, barbers, whatever. Just as much Irish possible.
Yes, my mate is Hungarian, living here 20 years, ex-army, was in security, airways, iPass. Yes, centre. Told me all the bikes out the back and the amount of bags and rats going over them. People wake up. Yeah,
Oh my God.
disgusting. That's horrendous. Yeah, but like fair play to everyone. Listen, just keep highlighting it. You know, support local business, boycott phone shops, foreign taxi drivers. Walk then. Yeah, I know lots of people who won't get in with a foreign taxi driver.
I know,
Now,
Liz.
I drove. I was at my nephew's. The mass for the graves was last Sunday, and we had to come by the airport. And we were sitting in the car, and look, he's black, he's Indian, he's Indian.
Yeah.
I'd say out of 100 cars that went out past us, there was 3 white Irish drivers. The rest were all foreign.
No.
It's
And
horrendous.
they're taking away from the Irish taxi drivers as well.
Yeah, well, I'm doing my test now on Tuesday, so please God, yeah. Men delivering
Just in the same relation, will you put up the 2 screenshots from the Sunday World in relation to another rapist? That probably was one of the last things I sent on this evening.
Yeah, let me just get it there now. There's nothing to drink there now. Oh, this fella here. Rapist repeatedly attacked woman and then fled to Ireland to evade cops.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just waltzed in. No checks, no nothing, just waltzed in.
Broken and afraid. Rapist repeatedly attacked woman and then fled to Ireland to evade cops. There are moments in life that change you forever. Moments that challenge everything you thought you knew about strength, courage, and healing. A man who fled to Ireland after repeatedly attacking a woman has been sentenced to 4.5 years for rape. A court has heard how Sultan Ahmed made a bid to evade police after his victim reported him following several incidents of non-consensual sexual assaults in September last year. However, Ahmed was later arrested in Ireland, where his details had been circulated as a wanted person. He was charged with rape and brought before the courts. The victim told police how Ahmed had subjected her to an emotionally and physically abusive relationship. She had also been manipulated financially and degraded by Ahmed and felt broken, afraid, and unsure of herself following the attacks. With the support of police, the victim, whose identity remains anonymous due to the nature of the offences, issued an emotional statement encouraging others to speak out if they are victims of abuse. Yeah. That's Tracy O'Mahony. Okay, yeah, that's...
So there you go. You know, like there's another man that got into this country that's a rapist. What if he attacked a woman here? You know?
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous. And then they're out there with this nonsense that they're all vetted and they're all checked and this, that, and the other. And I know he's only coming from England, but still, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Jerry Healy there. You're right, Jerry. If you're white and Irish, you can't get a pass for the airport, and I'm 30 years driving. Are you driving a taxi, Jerry? Fair play to you. It's crazy, isn't it? Like you can't get
Jerry,
into the test.
Sorry, out of curiosity, Jerry, do you have anything on your taxi to show that you're Irish? Like, do you have a little flag or... I know there's a guy here in Carlow now. He has the Irish thing up on the windscreen.
Ferg, we need to bring back our youth and our people, and we need to repopulate this sacred island with beautiful Indigenous Irish babies, so our bloodline and our God-given birthright are both protected. Yes, I agree with you, Ferg. And if you look up in the right-hand corner there, Deal of Hearn, God for Ireland, and that's where we'll be going in the future, Ferg, to be honest with you, because we have to bring God back into this country, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People need to go back to God because this is a spiritual war. These Muslims are here to take over, and we cannot let them take over, lads. I'm being honest with you. I worked on site where the owner's site had an iPass hotel in the town, and they had been working on a site for €8 an hour. The government have sold us out years ago. Look into Leo. Yeah, we know. Absolute disgrace. It starts with taxi drivers, then they buy our properties and put other migrants in profit. Yeah, disgraceful.
But we highlighted that in a couple of shows ago where I put up 2 posters in relation to Bank of Ireland and AIB and another financial institution that are, you know, they're promoting all these Indian things. But that's because the Indians are out buying the houses. They're the ones getting the mortgages.
Yeah.
You know, they're not advertising Christian events, they're advertising Indian events.
Yeah.
Like, so there you go. That says it all. That shows who their clientele is.
Yeah. Chris Bourne's just saying that let's also give Young Ireland's event a plug if it hasn't been done. Yes.
That's all in relation to mental health and everything like that. It's really important.
That's for the 24th of August. Young Ireland released his for the 23rd of August. And he was contacted then by Derek, I heard, and told that Derek was having an event on the 23rd. And young Aaron came on and done a video, and he was ever so sorry. And he said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't realise, and I got word." Did you see it? Did you see the video Aaron put out?
No.
For the 24th.
Why
I didn't
is
realise.
he... Sorry, what is he apologising for?
He has changed his event from the 23rd to the 24th. I wouldn't have changed it at all. I'm being honest with you. I wouldn't have changed it at all. These people can't just go around changing events and doing different stuff when people already call stuff.
But
you know what I mean?
Derek just went and organised an event the same time as Stephen Kerr's, which was announced first.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Now, the youth would have been going to Aaron's thing. I get that. You know what I mean? But not everyone's going to travel to Cork. And I'm being honest with you. People
There was only a protest in Cork last month.
Yeah. That we
But like
walked
nothing's changed. Like nothing is changing from these protests.
No.
Yes, it's lovely to go out and meet people and this, that, and the other, but there's nothing happening. There's nothing changing.
No. And then when you ask them to do direct actions, oh, yeah, no, get a grip, lads, with this. Let's just march down the road. You know what I mean? We'll march down the road for another 4 years, and then maybe 2 or 3 people will get in if we're lucky, or maybe nobody will get in. You know what I mean? The usual shit. They'll have 200,000 foreigners in here to vote for them. They'll all have citizenship, and they'll be able to vote in every election. And it's all going to stay the same as it is now. So they need to be run out of this. They need to be run out. That's it. End of story. It started with the abortion. Now this. Yes. Hold on. What does that say? Turn your back on God, and He will turn His back on you. Yes, exactly. 100% Fergus power. Jerry Healy. I had a small flag and was told to take it down. Yes, my father was told the same, Jerry. Yeah, he had a small flag on his wing mirror, and they were told to take them off or they would get a fine. Yeah, because it's racist. Yeah, racist. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, the guy here in Carlow has one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well,
I think it's on the window. Or is it the back window or something? He's on the window anyway. And he's got the Irish flag up.
Yeah, I'd have it on my
Here, Jerry,
on my roof
Jerry, put up a picture like maybe of the Virgin Mary or Jesus or something like that, and you know.
Yeah, but they tried to get rid of the Virgin Mary off the taxi rank in O'Connell Street. The Muslims and the black taxi drivers wanted that gone, and there was murder over it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bad enough people aren't going to church, but to take all that stuff away, you know what I mean?
I know.
It's wrong, and that desecrating.
But how many times, like, do we have to say this? You're blue in the face saying the same thing over and over again. If you went over to their country, what do you think would happen if you started dictating to them?
Yeah. Like
you do it once and you wouldn't do it again.
I wear the miraculous medal all the time, the Blessed Virgin. Okay. We have a grotto out in our garden. My dad has a grotto out in the garden. If anybody touches that, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I couldn't sleep in my bed at night knowing what I was doing for money selling Irish people out. Yeah.
Well, these people have sold their souls, and there's no coming back from that.
Yeah. You went done that in London. Put up shamrocks. Yeah.
So it's coming up to 10. Do you want to do Sean's video?
We do Sean because we're going to finish up. I sent
something on from Cal as well. He more than likely he's mentioned the shots as well.
Yeah. Okay. And then we do the COVID-19 inquiry, and then we finish up, right?
Okay.
I'm going to do Sean with the nurse now. That's 5 minutes. So, yeah, we'll come back into it. I'm going to make a cup of tea while Sean's talking.
Okay.
So part 2 about working in a nursing home in Ireland, because I might have to make part 3 because there's just so much that goes on, to be quite honest. And I'm glad that I come on here and have a voice and speak about the nursing homes. That's outrageous, because at the end of the day, it is our elderly that's going in there, our families and our loved ones that's meant to be looked after in a caring, loving way, you know. But I just want to step in really quick and talk about the vetting system. So the vetting system is totally wrong, it's outrageous, and it needs to be changed completely in Ireland, because this is the way it works. So let's say I go for a job in a nursing home, we all have to get Garda vetted, no matter who you are, okay? But they'll only look back at the background checks if you're in Ireland. So because I'm Irish, I live here all my life, they'll obviously look back at backgrounds like where I lived, who lives in the address, what goes on, you know, background checks. But they don't do background checks for people that's just coming over from a different country, you know. So basically, if you're from a different country and you're flying over to Ireland and you're only here 1 month, and you want to work in a nursing home and you're a criminal or you're a paedophile, you can come over to Ireland and get Garda vetted, get it approved, because they only look back at background checks in Ireland, but they could be only here for a month, so obviously they didn't really do much. But they can still go into our nursing homes then and mind the elderly. Now, I think that's totally wrong in my eyes. So they look back at what I do because I'm here all my life and what I did and where I lived. But then they look back at someone that's only here a month that is a rapist or that is a criminal or a murderer. But they can come over to Ireland, get Garda vetted within a month and then work in our nursing homes. That doesn't make sense to me. That just is mind blowing. Like, try to take that in for a second, because when I think about it at the start, I was just like, that couldn't be right. So this is a small example about the vetting system. So let's say, I remember being in my interview and I remember someone not from Ireland was there also and they had an interview. So we filled out our Garda vetting forms at the same time, and their Garda vetting came within 2 to 3 days and mine took 2 weeks. Now, I'm only speaking on behalf of myself because I know a lot of Irish people are going to come at me and say, well, mine came in 2 to 3 days. I'm only speaking on behalf of myself and why mine took a little bit longer. But it's just wrong that, like, you know, someone that's only over here a month or two is obviously going to get approved quicker. So they're getting the job actually quicker than I'm getting it quicker, you know, and I think it's wrong because they're obviously, the Garda have to look at, like, where I lived, who lived in address, etc. Like, you know, but they're going to look at the other person's vetting and be like, okay, they live in a hostel in town, or they live in an iPass centre, so they're fine, you know, because, like, I'm living in Ireland all my life, but these are coming over with criminals. And don't start coming at me, because you can look it up. There's the man from a different country that worked in a nursing home as a healthcare assistant, sexually abused a lady with dementia, and yeah, from a different country. And this is what's coming in, and I've worked in nursing homes. I know what goes on. I know what goes on, and it's getting spoken about. I'm sorry, it needs to be spoken about. You know, these people coming over don't even have a word of English. They're actually minding our elderly with their low pitched voice, speaking and trying to talk, and they're just saying, yeah, okay, yeah, and smile and give them a smile. That's it. Like, I had to travel to work when I was working in a nursing home as an activity coordinator, because basically they weren't giving the elderly the attention that they need. They weren't answering back the right question or answer. They weren't even communicating proper. It was totally wrong. It needs to be fixed. You know, there was only, now this is mad, I want to think about it, there was only 3 Irish people in the whole nursing home, 3, and the rest were all from different countries. And, you know, you could see that, I think that's why Irish people don't work in nursing homes is 1, the lack of pay, and 2, the neglect that they get, and 3, the care that they get, is because then they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to communicate, you know. And then obviously for Irish people it's a little bit harder, because obviously they're understanding the elderly and they're understanding what they're saying or the old slang or whatever, where these other people don't understand. It's all about communication in a nursing home, you know, sitting there having the little chats. Now, I'm not saying everyone is like that. Majority of them is, and that's a fact. The nursing home that I worked in as an activity coordinator was a fact, and they didn't have any experience. They didn't know what they were doing. And to be quite honest, the nurses didn't even have a clue what they were doing, because they were coming over saying, is that Mary? No, that's Mary. All right. And they were literally going to give Mary's medication, you know, like, because they're looking on the files, and I remember looking on their little trolley and their little picture, and it's all fuzzy, you know, and I'm just saying to myself, so they don't even know who is who, and they're giving out medication, and they're a nurse, and they're asking me, you know. And then sometimes they do be leaving you to do their job. Can you feed them, or can you make sure they drink that? Can you do that? That's not my job, love. I'm an activity coordinator. I'm not here to do that, you know. So, but like, it was just constant back and forward. Like, it's a joke. But anyways, if you want part 3, let me know.
Yeah, we want part 3. We'll do part 3 on Sunday probably. Yeah.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Fair play to him. But he's right in what he's saying there. Like, these, like, if you look at any of the carers now, I've seen it around the area here. There's old women living in the area here where my mad is, like, you know what I mean? And you see them, they're all foreign now.
Yeah,
and these women don't want it. Like, these women want, I'm not saying they want Irish people, but they want Irish women. helping them out. But these foreigners are coming in here and they're just get up there and they push you and they come on. And a friend of mine, he listens to the show, Colin. He had the same. He had a terrible ordeal with carers going into him. You know what I mean? Making his bed and they weren't doing it properly, and then like using his toilet. You know, like who goes into someone's gaff and shits in the toilet? Like, you know what I mean? And you know, it was just horrible stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? It was not good. You know what I mean? Under Muslim religion, you can't lend money to make profits. Yeah. Brian Kerr, I've 2 flags flying from the house, a tricolour and a starry plough. The other Citizens Army flag. Yeah.
Fair play to you, Brian.
Fair play to you, Brian. We're not allowed to put flags up in the apartment. Yeah, well.
Unbelievable. And then how many times do we say it? You go over to America and they pretty much have a flag, you know, in their front garden. Do you know? Every house nearly has a flag. But we should have our flags out because they're trying to stop us from doing it. So we should be giving them the 2 fingers by putting up the flags.
That's shameful. Intentionally putting our most vulnerable or elderly Irish people at risk. Why isn't the public outcry about this? This cannot be allowed to go on.
Because a lot of them, Anna-Marie, don't know what's going on. Now, my mother was in a nursing home, and yes, there was a lot of foreign staff there. Now, I will say that some of the ones that I met, in all fairness, they were fine. I couldn't fault them, do you know? But there is a lot of nursing homes where a lot of untoward stuff has been going on. But if it's not been highlighted on RT or Virgin Media all the time, people don't know about it. And if you don't have somebody in a nursing home, you're not going to know about it either.
Yeah, it's true.
And not all nursing homes are the same. Like it's like everything else. You've good ones, you've bad ones.
Yeah.
And then again, how do people speak out? You think about it with somebody that has dementia, has Alzheimer's. You know, how do they speak out if they're ill-treated? You know, like my mother was fine. She was well able to speak out because at the end of the day, you know, she had MS. So obviously, you know, mentally she was fine. But if you have somebody with Alzheimer's, how do they speak out if they've been ill-treated? You know?
Yeah. Well, there's your man, that fella. Do you reckon there could be
300?
Sandra,
I heard about that. Yeah. A young boy died of, he had cancer.
Hold on, DMC. What do you have to send me there? Let me see. Paul, play this video. Dundalk. Okay, let me just play this video. This is from the Liberal. I think this is an old one. Ireland is about to become the fourth country in Europe to send a full-scale civil war. Yeah. We'll show this for a minute and we'll finish up then in a few minutes. Oh. Yeah, Angela also put up there a few minutes ago as well about the cab company in Malahide. There was people working there 20 years. They trained the foreigners how to do the job and they took over the jobs. That happens in all
cheaper
the jobs.
Pay. More than likely cheaper pay.
Yeah, that happens in all the places. Elderly parents, if they're in hospital or care homes, visit at odd times. Yeah, so they don't. I know people who won't put who look after the family and they're calling to the house and the whole lot, and they don't want these to go into care homes. But what happens is if they have falls or anything like that, it's all registered, it's all recorded, and then it's just taken out of your hands and they're put into care homes. You know what I mean? I'm just going to play this.
Let me just check and see if there's anything important. Hold on.
I remember that. That was last year. That was in Dundalk, I think. Yeah, that was in Dundalk last year. Yeah, I was at that protest. I think Gavin spoke at that. Yeah, I was up there with the Irish Freedom Party last year, and that happened. We all left and went home, and I think that a few of the lads marched up the street. There was a load of migrants living in one above the chippers or something like that. This was last year. I think it was last year. Yeah. It was
We were at
just
ones in
after
May
Tulloch
and we were ones in July.
in
Was it
Dundalk.
one of them? Oh,
Yeah.
right. No, I wasn't one
Yeah,
of
it
them.
was in Dundalk. Yeah, it was definitely in Dundalk. It could have been around August. It was after Tulloch, I'm sure,
Oh,
because
okay. Right.
we had all of the stormtroopers up there. Yeah, I was definitely there, but we had left. Me and Gavin left. I think Ferg was up there with us as well.
Right,
I
okay.
think so. Yeah, and the lads walked up the street, and these lads were start throwing shit out the windows at them and everything, and hurling abuse out through the window at them as they walked up the street, and there was a bit of a scuffle, and that's what the guards did. Yeah, that's what the guards did.
I sent you a list of 3 things there just to pull down before we finish up. They're just the names to be underneath them.
We're doing a cancer, COVID, that.
Yeah, the 3 things. Moderna, sorry. One, 2 of them are screenshots, and then one of them is a little video. It's only 2 minutes long.
Is this the Paul Aiken one? Cancers.
Yeah,
I have that there. Yeah, I'll play that now. We finish off with it. Yeah. It's 2:53. Yeah, we'll play this. We always finish off with an old COVID one, don't we?
For the banners.
Cancers presenting at a later stage in younger people and which do not respond well to standard treatment, and that in trying to work out why this is, the only thing they've had in common is that these patients have usually been exposed to a booster COVID vaccine, messenger RNA vaccine, or even worse, the 4th or the 5th vaccine. And I think the link is absolute. I have many colleagues who completely agree with this. They are told to be quiet when they mention it to hospital directors. I had one colleague who was alarmed that she'd seen, instead of 1 or 2 cancers of the cervix presented a year, she found that she had about 11. And these patients had all been vaccinated with HPV vaccine, the cervical cancer vaccine. And yet, after being given the COVID vaccine, that they exploded with cancer of the cervix. She pointed this out as this is an urgent emergency. And the medical director suspended her, saying that she clearly needed a psychiatrist. This is the type of nothing to see here that's going on, which is just truly dreadful. And anyhow, I don't take anything at face value. And I get special secondary referrals. And I'll just give an example. In one afternoon, I saw 6 patients, which I rarely do see that many, but I'd been away in Australia for a month. And what was staggering, they all had turbo cancers. They all had started treatments. They'd all presented stage 4. They're all aggressive. And the only thing they had in common was they'd all had a vaccine booster. I was probably the nth doctor to have seen these people. They'd been to their GP several times. They'd been referred for investigations to surgeon, to their oncologists. They were on chemotherapy. I was the only doctor that asked them their vaccine history. Now, when I was taught to be a physician, you took all the history. You took family history, a recent history, past history, everything to see whether it shows light on the diagnosis and the management. So this is exactly what is going on. The doctors are not asking, and therefore they're saying this is what they say, there's no evidence that these cancers are associated with the vaccine. Well, the reason is they don't ask, and they're deliberately not asking about it.
Yeah, I'm just going to
go with that.
Yeah, getting a bit sick of this COVID talk, to be honest. You covered it the other night. We cover it every night, to be honest with you. And Chris Bourne there, if we don't talk about it, people will forget. That's why we wake up
there has to be a section every night on it.
Yeah.
So will you put up the Moderna and then the other screenshot, because this is important. The more information that's given out there, hopefully people will be able to tell it to somebody else, and maybe, it might wake some more people up.
Moderna, hang on. Not seeing Moderna. I'll keep going down more.
It's a screenshot.
Cancers, delivery. Moderna's COVID shot finally approved for kids. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, calling Dr. Markey to step down. This is outrageous. Yeah, Moderna's COVID shot fully approved by FDA for use in kids. This was only today.
Yes. Now, if people don't realise this, they can look it up, unless they've changed anything. There's an ingredient in Moderna called SM-102. And when you look it up, it states that it causes cancer. So what the hell is an ingredient like that doing in shots? And now they're going to give it to the children.
Yeah.
This is why we do what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because somebody will see this evening and they'll pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's madness.
You see,
and then there was another screenshot as well.
Yeah. Of
what was the three names I listed? It said Moderna, the cancer, and then there was something else.
COVID death.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. New reports confirms COVID death spikes in 2020 were driven by hospitals, not the virus. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the article is there with it. No.
No.
Go back. Should be headed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it there, I think. Yeah.
Right. An explosive new report is turning the COVID pandemic narrative on its head, and the data is damning. A bombshell analysis published by the Canadian research group Correlation reveals that the 2020 mortality surge across Europe and the US didn't follow the pattern of the viral outbreak. Instead, the evidence points to something far more chilling: the mass mistreatment of vulnerable patients inside hospitals and nursing homes. The 400-page report, authored by researchers Joseph Hickey, Dennis Rancourt, he does great work, and Christian Linnard, lays out the case that the deadly first wave from March to May 2020 was not a natural pandemic.
Yeah.
But we knew that. We knew that.
But we need to be highlighting the excess deaths, because at the end of the day, these people have to be held accountable.
Yes,
and
of
their
course
day
we
will
are. And why did Pfizer buy up all of the cancer research companies? I'm going to play that video now when we finish it. Okay?
It's more money.
Watch this here now.
They know something. Pfizer, very early on, they had the data on this from their trial. They knew this was going to happen, and they quickly went out and acquired cancer companies. They put $43 billion into the acquisition of Seagen, and they put $2.26 billion to acquire Trillium Therapeutics. Trillium was focused on blood cancers that have a CD147 marker on them. Okay, that is one of the markers that is known to be involved in COVID. So they have a very interesting window on those malignancies, and they're buying up the cancer companies that are probably going to play the biggest role in benefiting from the mess that they've created. So in summary, the Pfizer vaccines on the market are not the same formulation as what was tested in the clinical trials. This is a big bait and switch, and it's a fraud. So you can't believe anything they're saying about the vaccine efficiency, which we have seen even those numbers decay over time. This is probably why they're not really what they trialed. They gave you something different. There is significant DNA contamination. It's found, like 10 out of 11 studies have found this. And the ones that haven't found it have some financial conflicts. So I think the consensus is out. 10 out of 10 of the real studies are finding this. Several are through peer review, which have not been easy to get through peer review. The peer review journals do not like these papers. They get beat around in peer review for months to years, but they're making their way out now. There is also significant DNA contamination now found in 5 peer-reviewed studies that were not looking at this. They were looking at people's blood and tissue, and it was accidentally in there. Other people had to go sleuth it out. We've got cancer on the rise, and there's several papers that report cancer post-vaccination. Like right at the site of injection, they'll see neoplasms. All right, there's something going on here. This can't be ignored, saying it's a coincidence anymore. Now, these are liability-free, and they're often mandated, okay? This may be the largest carcinogenic hit ever to the human population. And we have these on childhood schedules. We're giving these to pregnant women. This has gone absolutely off the rails.
Why did they buy up all of the cancer research places? You know, because they knew this was coming. They had the data. We've hit 1450 there, people. Fair play to
And they're going
everyone.
to make more money, and that's it. But again, you have to remember, there's no money in healthy people.
Now you have it. Yeah, now you have it. Yeah.
Infowars, yeah.
Yeah, Infowars said Pfizer on ferrets and all the ferrets died. Yeah. I remember all of this. I was watching it. Great show, lads, as always. Always, Paula, emotional as always. Cheers, Chris. RTE sheep, always asleep. Yeah, always asleep. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up another great show. Thanks, Paul and Aura. Good night, everyone. God bless. Yeah, Auckland advocate, Spanish chicken cheese. That's shocking, Mocara. Sorry to hear that. Only my older sister got jabbed in my clan. She had issues since. Yeah. Bring on the 40th. Brilliant show. God bless.
And
Good
we have to be a voice for these people. You know, RTE or Virgin Media is not going to do it.
What's Luke saying there? If you are on about the COVID vaccine, look at some of the stuff coming out of the US when they compared people who got vaccines to the Amish. Yeah. They done a study on the Amish. The Amish and never released that study. They done a childhood vaccination study on the Amish as well and never released that study because
but
the study
did. JFK came out with it. Do you remember he came out and he said that they didn't have there was very, very low rates of autism and things like that with the Amish. You know that? Actually, if Luke's still there, I heard something about Kilkenny. He normally comes out with all this stuff in relation to the mosque. Does he know anything about that? Some sort of mosque is being moved into Kilkenny? I don't know where it's
on Sunday. Many thanks, Paul and Aura. Good night. Oh, good night, John. Good night. Night, Fitzsimon's cousin. You're my cousin. Are you my cousin, Silva?
We're all very close. We could be all related. Do you know what I mean?
Great show, Paul and Aura. Fair play to you, 420 audits too. Yeah, I watched your live stream the other day. Michelle King thing was very good. Well done. Luke O'Connor starting to release bits the past few days. I'm a dub, not the other Luke O'Connor. He's a different Luke O'Connor. He's not Luke O'Connor. He's not the Luke we know. He's a dub.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm the dog. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, not to worry. It's all right. All right, great stream tonight. You guys check out Critical Eye MMA, an Irish streamer based in Colombia. He's great crack, very based. Yeah, we will indeed. All right, I'm going to drop you down there. I'm actually going to just pull this up again. Yeah, so I will drop you down but into our screen. I'm going to put that up again. This is National Shutdown Day, 30th of July from 12 noon. Stand up and be counted. Time for direct action, people. We'll be talking more about this in the coming week or two. We have 3 weeks from yesterday, so we can do this, people. We can stop this country. We can get everything sorted in one day. Shut them down. They'll have to listen. So, Orla, I'm going to drop you down, and I will talk to you in a few minutes. Thank you very much. As always, it's been emotional. Thank you, Orla.
Thank you.
Cheers. Night. Well, people, it's that time again. And as I say, every night, great stuff there. Everyone, fair play. Slán a bhaile. Good night and God bless. Great show, everyone. As I said, we've hit 1450 there. And if anyone can buy us a coffee to support the channel, please do. You'll get it there. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. As I say every night, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night, guys.